Welcome to tonight's installment of Untitled, hosted by me, Quarantina, influencer slash girl boss slash artist of ceremonies. I'm a really big deal. My darling Denverinis, the theme we artists explore tonight is show and tell, a theme inspired by the Denver Art Museum's stunning exhibition, Paris to Hollywood, the fashion and influence of Véronique and Gregory Peck. What can I say? Véronique, Gregory, and I have so much in common. First, we're all just made for the camera. Did you see my powder blue bangs? They're new. Second, the Pecks and I know the power of fashion as a vehicle for self-expression. Like how this dress says, I see you. Do you see me? Felt is so powerful. My fellow artists and I created this showcase together. Hashtag, I did most of the work. My closest artistic collaborator is Katy Batsel, who made every stitch of me, therefore clearly knows a beauty. And my other artistic collaborator is Chris Bagley, whom I actually just bumped into when I found him crying in the Casa Bonita parking lot. He was screaming something about cliff diver unemployment in the time of COVID. I don't know. Anyway, so many talented artists are making tonight happen and giving me hope. With their gift for creating in a time of cholera, these local creatives gather to help you navigate the pandemic by the light of video creation, printmaking, monster invention, and fashion tips from space. Koya Nyangi will kick us into gear with her custom-made, one-of-a-kind tour of the Denver Art Museum's current exhibition, Paris to Hollywood.
Welcome to Untitled Offbeat Art Tour. My name is Koya Nyangi. I'm a fashion stylist, a fashion PR, and international sales representative for African fashion brands and designers. Today we are the Paris to Hollywood, the fashion and influence of Véronique and Gregory Peck. The conversation for today is going to be about the art of knowing yourself through fashion as a medium. When I think about Véronique and why her style is so iconic, I think that she was able to embody the art of really being authentic. Véronique was playful, and you can see with this whole outfit. She's wearing a YSL brown coat, and I think the playfulness for me comes with a headscarf, the printed headscarf that she's putting on. When I saw this first outfit, the minute I saw it, I just saw a woman who knew exactly what she wanted. The art of having such good style comes from knowing who you are. And Véronique, for me, embodies 4 things that I think create why we think of our style as iconic as it is. And it is taking a risk, being curious, evolving, and expressing yourself. The art of self-expression that I think was truly embodied in Véronique is knowing yourself. It is owning your individuality and being able to channel it. You really can't take a risk if you don't know who you are. We need to remember that our body is the canvas and we have freedom to self-express. And for me, Véronique does that really, really well. From everything that she's wearing, from the scarf right to the necklace that she has, all the way down to her riding boots. She was able to create an outfit that is sort of a character. Her husband, Gregory, played different characters on set. Véronique opened her closet. She was able to play such different roles with each and every outfit that she decided to choose. And I think we need to go back to that, to think of fashion as a medium of us to express ourselves, to play these different characters that are in our heads, and to let our clothes sort of be the playing field, to not really look at, oh, well, this influencer is wearing this, or let me copy that, but really to be in tune and to trust our instincts and to be curious, because curiosity is really at the depth of creating the perfect sense of style. And when you're curious, your world of ideas open up and you get to wear all these amazing, beautiful dresses that are here today at this exhibition. And this is just one of them that I really, truly love. So if we do that, if we channel our own authenticity, it will help us to be able to discover our inner style. So here we are at the second piece that I want to talk about, and this is Through the Day Kids. Clothes really is what has defined us. And as you look through the silhouettes, you can see how everything has changed. We used to be really defined by our waistline and how tight it was and how constrained all the outfits used to be. But now I feel like we have embodied a sense of freedom. There's such a sense of women are able to now have the masculine and the feminine identities all together. Véronique was right there at the center of all this discovery of self through how fashion has constantly evolved. There's a reflection of what we are wearing. And we are in this post-COVID sort of like fashion, and we are looking for a lot of comfort. But also as we are coming out of the whole quarantine, we also still want a little bit of elegance and a little bit of sass. And when I think about this really Gendrich top and pants, for me, it's such a right now kind of outfit. And I love it because of the ways in which it feels very sort of like comfortable and still has some sparkles in it. So the decades of what has been going on is such a intense idea of what's happening to society. If you look at all the styles that Véronique wore, you get to see a different character. You get to see her wearing this tangerine outfit right now, and then she's wearing sparkles, and then she's right there wearing this kaftan. Be bold, be brave, and be different. Always remember your individuality. Always try to have fun with fashion. Like, do not ever take it seriously. Always try and experiment. Be all over the place. Don't constrain yourself to this is the one thing that I am and I will solely be this one thing. I think fashion gives us a way to explore, to expand, and to play every character that we want to bring alive. When you go into your closet and you're about to reach for something that you think, oh my God, this is too much for me and I cannot do that, ask yourself why. Is it because, oh, my friends are gonna say something? Is it because I'm going to feel that this is too much? And if those are your answers, I say grab it, wear it, and go out and be your most fabulous self. Because I think in the words of Véronique Peck, she would want you to embody all the style that you have within you and live fearlessly and elegant so that the people around you can want to emulate that. Being an individual and having a self-identity is being able to look back and see how you've evolved with your style. You want to look back and know that you had so much fun with fashion because, hey, at the end of the day, you know what? It's just clothes. So I hope you'll be able to come and watch this exhibit, The Paris to Hollywood, the fashion and influence of Véronique and Gregory Peck. And I hope as you get out of here, you get the sense of, I want to explore my individuality, that you learn the true art of the self-sense of style. So thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with me, and enjoy the rest of the show.
I'm starting a collection of tire irons right here. Baseball bat for self-defense. Just because it was there. If anybody's got a tip, I need one. Found it. Never mind. I've labeled what I have in here. If you ever get a dent in your car, just put that sucker on there and it'll pop it right out unless it won't. Ain't that beautiful? Looks kind of Art Nouveau, doesn't it? Celtic. It's sitting back here. Old. Doesn't really have a name. Workhorse. Yeah.
Here is a succulent in a paint can pot. And it's one of my pets, which I'm taking up to the mountains.
Well, I have a car in my car. Check it out.
Hey, I'm Adri Norris. I'm a Denver-based artist, and this is my car. I've been working on a mural for the last week. Wheat paste, rubber gloves, brushes, more paint, buckets, more paint.
My jaws of life. It'll get you through anything.
So I hide things in my car so that people can't see them, and I hid this one inside of an ARC bag. And it is my full face shield respirator that I got for polyurethane and other noxious chemical work. But it's what I wore before we knew how everything was spreading. And I have all my tie downs, some tools, and a pair of studio shoes if I wore sandals and I need to wear closed-toed shoes that day instead.
All right, this is my van. Her name is Dorothy Harold, and I don't know what's in it. And I don't have room for everything, so I just store things in my car. You know, even though I have 2 storage spaces, like during the pandemic, it was just like, well, I'll just leave it in the car. Leave it, you know, I mean, I say that like before the pandemic, my car wasn't a mess. It was just a different kind of mess. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be the only person you meet with a box of dead bees in their car. Very sad. It's got the most amazing like oak console. We buy houses signs because I collect these because they're predatory and I can make art out of them. Some vinyl gloves. This is actually a hat. An idea of something that didn't happen per se. Collages and things. These are old maps, but vintage, very vintage. Some really nice logs, bark beetle trails that I am obsessed with.
Let's see, we've got this picnic blanket for laying in the sun. Bag of cats, little fingernails that I got at the Goodwill, and I just really appreciated that they are these individual, really detailed paintings. I have this pillow that I scream into with some friends. We call ourselves the Society of Exuberant and Muffled Screams, and we meet in different parks throughout the city and we scream into our pillows together. I guess I just collect rubble, you might say, and these might end up in future sculptures or just stay in my car forever.
Well, here's something you might be interested in. There's some paint on the seat of my driver's seat. When the paint got on there, I thought, oh, I don't like that paint on there. And then I remembered that I often get paint on my clothes. I don't throw away the clothes. I've adopted this attitude that paint makes things look better. So this seat looks better now that it has that paint on it.
Videos were made by the very same artist, Chris Bagley, along with the help of Sam Grabowska. Chris is so versatile. Not only does he care about cliff divers, but also through all his style shifting, he still has the artistic wisdom to give Oliver the squirrel a cameo. Oh, Oliver, I love him. Oliver and I did an art film together once where we danced a very steamy tango on a pile of bagel fragments he'd gathered from sidewalks all that year. Ah, very political. Get ready for another Chris Bagley creation. Here comes Electric City.
Welcome to this edition of Untitled. Huge shout out to the Denver Art Museum for inviting me here today. My name is Virginia Diaz and I am here to show you how to create your own stamps and hand print them onto a textile garment. As a printmaker, this year has also impacted my practice. I have been playing with techniques that I can do at home without any printmaking equipment. Today, I will be converting a plain shirt into a funky, fun, wearable piece of art. Here's what we'll need. An iron and an ironing board. Speedball block printing rubber, found for cheap at any art store. I use oil-based etching inks for all my printing, but Speedball also makes textile-specific ink. A brayer. Wood carving tools, 2 palette knives, a smooth surface to roll out ink, for example, a piece of plexiglass, glass, or even a kitchen plate. A garment. It can be a shirt, a t-shirt, a scarf, pants, skirt, tote bag, a pillowcase, or whatever you want, as long as it is not heavily textured. To start, I will cut out a simple shape off the rubber block. I'm not trying to create a tight interlocking pattern today, but more of a loose arrangement of shapes. I like to cut the outer shape first and then decide what texture to carve inside, if any at all. Some artists like to cut shapes in detailed and intricate patterns. I personally like to keep them fun and loose. It's absolutely a personal choice. I'm using the small V-gouge tool to carve the textures. When the tool comes in contact with the rubber, I place it at a lower angle for finer lines and a higher angle for broader lines. All right, we got one stamp cut, so feel free to cut and make as many stamps as you like. Our next step is to set up the ironing board and warm up your iron. Iron the garment flat using the adequate temperature according to the material instructions. Once we got that iron flat, we can get our ink ready. Now I lay out some ink on the plexiglass surface. Ink's like a little massage to loosen up, so give it a good knead until it feels loose. Then it's ready to roll onto the brayer. So I like to split it in half. 1. And 2. Trying to a little blue there. This is where the good sound comes. Now I'll ink up the stamps. I do this on a hard surface to keep the prints crisp. Now, pick a good place for the stamp on the garment and press hard. Make sure you're pressing directly downward and make sure your stamp doesn't slide around when pressing. And repeat. I hope you've all enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and feel free to reach out with questions or comments via my website or Instagram.
Gregory and Véronique Peck, two of your greatest celebrities on earth. You say they're beautiful, their fashion grand. You lie. Your entire planet has no idea how to dress itself, and never, ever has. You drift in and out of consciousness through space, and you may as well be naked, as you know deep inside of your wretched souls. Does this anger you that I say your graphic tees and cargo pants look disgusting? Does it make you mad at me? Well, you should know that same anger which causes you to reject my criticism will burn your frail planet to the ground. You know nothing of apparel. Just look inside one of your closets.
You Earthlings are maddening. None of these clothes make any sense. These pants have fake pockets. Where are you supposed to store your various goos? In your mouth? This symbol is highly offensive to anyone outside the solar system, and these sleeves are far too short to protect you from the ravages of existence. I just hate this. No one should wear this. What's this? Your clothes don't even have tentacles on the head or butt for protection and pleasure. If your bras don't have eyes, then how do you look at your partner's faces and bodies at the same time? None of your pants even have tongues. How do you taste the ground?
We will continue to watch you from the depths of space, hoping for any improvement. But we have seen your Jinko jeans, and we do not have much hope for your kind.
Next up, Designers Katy Batsel, Kevin Sandoval-Torres, and Destiny Rodriguez use fashion to express what we've become over the last year and who we are as we reemerge from this time of isolation. Is it possible we're emerging back from quarantine as something new? Something other than human? I know I am. Tonight's fashion show features monsters indigenous to Denver's pandemic landscape. As a monster from Denver myself, I will offer my expertise. For instance, did you know that a group of monsters is called a waffle? It's true. And tonight we're going to see a whole waffle of monsters strut their guts out. Hit it! Ooh, first up, we have a Katy Batsel design titled Isolation Hag. Oh, these one-of-a-kind confections are modeled by Willette Williams, who's bringing their A game to the hag game. Oh, pop that hip, monster. Yeah. Eat your heart out, Véronique, Peck. Look at the lines of childhood in that dress mixed with the isolation of adulting. Wear that isolation on your chest, monster. Call it out and let people deal with it. I appreciate also how Batsel's really calling out the rough-hewn hairstyling of the pandemic with this piece. Kisses. Miss you, mean it. Text me. Another Katy Batsel hits the runway. This one Katy calls Yearning Bat Goblin. Has a stunning green mask with a fetching top, embroidered with the inescapable and toe-tapping COVID mantras. Touch me, don't touch me. Touch me, don't touch me. Look at this model, making the yearn burn. Yes, Luca Siska. The body rolls, the loping, the hope, the posing, the wanting, the yearning. Oh, the movements speak the fashion. They say, touch me. Touch me again. Touch me, don't touch me, I'm backing up. I'm backing up, don't touch, but maybe touch me. What I'm getting is a little more touch. Yeah, definitely. I'm game to be touched, but no, don't touch me, I'm walking away. And here we have the inimitable Rebecca Hart modeling the design by Kevin Sandoval-Torres. A design that grabs the pandemic experience by the tail and swings it. This piece is called Identity Crisis, in honor of Kevin's feeling and everyone's feeling that they might be changing inside. Kevin doesn't think he can pick an aesthetic to stick to save his life. He likes everything, from all kinds of styles, and you can see that in this fetching and multicolored jacket. Something for everyone. It's fit for a spring picnic, and has some hints of a gunslinger, I'd say. Wow, this identity crisis is looking hot compared to the ones I've experienced personally. Next to the runway, oh. Another Batsel monster, this one known as Visibility Ghoul. Look at that ooze. So much ooze. This creature is coming for all of us. Yes, that's a sideways crab walk into a log roll. Log roll it. Oh, Visibility Ghoul. Visibility Ghoul, you're all about showing us. No, don't look. Don't look! But I'm all about visibility. I'm very complex. And I'm coming for you. Don't look. Eyes are all through Batsel's work. These windows to the soul are sprinkled liberally through her mask work and her gown for puppets such as me. And right on this collar, I don't know if you noticed, it says disrupt. Our next monster is unique modeled and designed by Destiny Rodriguez. This gray boa is a monster accessory, isn't it? It's titled Weighted, and weighing in at 11 pounds, this piece weighs down one's shoulders with a merciless elegance. Destiny created this boa to illustrate how a person of color feels this weight on a day-to-day basis, with the pandemic adding even more obstacles. For some, the extra weight was losing a job or a loved one, their home, their business, or maybe it could even be the pressure of having security, but feeling responsible to provide because of it. The color of the garment points to the prison-like lifestyle we're currently living in, whether it's in a toxic home or having PTSD from a prison itself. Next, monster, and our final one is Trauma Possum. This kicky little number by Katy Batsel. Oh, it has this hot pink joie de vivre, packing a wallop. The wallop of baggage. Personal and collective trauma, to be exact, and look at Rebecca Hart, coming for you remorselessly with that trauma. And those teeth protruding, coming for you with that poofball skull. Trauma Possum deals with heavy stuff. She's not afraid to talk about it. Why not put exactly what you're dealing with on your chest for all to see? I should embroider floppy legs can't roller skate on my next dress. The trauma is warm, it is radiant. Wash yourself in that trauma possum. Again, childhood and adulting mixed together in this little frock with those puffy sleeves that aren't quite puff sleeves. They're more like 3/4 halvesy puffs. Oh, here comes visibility ghoul. Oozing. Oozing, oozing down the runway. And look at Trauma Possum lurking always in the back. And the weight of Destiny's creation, Weighted the boa, re-enters the scene. Oh, here it comes. Trauma down center. And completing the waffle of monsters is the isolation hag entering at the back. They're pulsing, they're playing, they're plaguing, they're possessing us all. These pandemic monsters, indigenous to the pandemic landscape. That show makes me want to ooze on down the runway. You know, I actually did once. The hot glue on my flamenco skirt hadn't yet set. It was a real fiasco. But that's a story for another time. I can't stand it, my darling little Denverinis. But it's come time for me to bring our shared artistic experience of art together as a community of artists sharing art to a close. Thanks to Katy Batsel, Chris Bagley, and all of our many beautiful artistic collaborators for bringing joy and kookiness and innovation to my darling Denverinis. A shout out to Sarah Rocket, Margie and John Bagley, Redline Contemporary Art Center, Oliver and Nemo, Carla Zelvis, Bill Nelson, Eileen Rosina Richardson, Teresa Mercado, and Kim Shively. And lastly, I just want to say one huge big thank you to my bangs. I couldn't have done it without you.